Welcome to Spitting the Bit with Billy and Kev. We're here talking about the road to the Derby, and the road takes us to Oklahoma. Kev, how about that? Huh?
Oklahoma. Yep. Going to Remington Park
I gotta
for the
admit, I gotta
Springboard
admit,
Mile.
I don't know much about Remington Park. I just, I, I gotta admit it. Not a big Oklahoma racing fan, I guess. Sorry, Oklahoma people, but um,
Every once in a while I'll play it. They've got a nice meet. I mean, they've got, good trainers go there and decent purses and
yeah,
um I got
yeah,
nothing against it. But this is the only qualifying race for the Derby that comes out of that track, but
yeah, and
it's no slot.
I tried to kind of get I like the angle of looking at the track and how the track plays out to the race. Long stretch drive,
Mhm.
short, big wide turns, tight turns. I couldn't get much of a feel for it other than breaking from the gate. You got to if you're down on the one hole, you got to get out in a hurry. And
Yeah,
the
and I
outs,
think this track plays really fair. Like to me that there's two tracks in that area of the country that you know lack of a better, I don't know how else to say it, but play fair. Like closers can do well there, and on the lead types, pressers can do well at Oakland Park and at Remington, from my experience.
yeah,
Um,
okay,
but
good,
we'll see.
good to know. Good to know because
Yeah,
yeah, I was because I haven't seen many races there, I was trying to do a little research on it and figure it out. And it was like, and that was exactly it. It didn't give me a huge bias either way. So,
yeah,
which
I
I'm always
agree.
looking for. I,
From what the little that I do play it or have played it, I yeah, and they have big fields often. I love that.
this is a big field.
Again, yeah, again, it's playing out. Case in point, 12
Yeah.
horses in this.
The Remington Springboard Mile. So, what do you
Yeah,
got for the history of this race? It's got a bit of a history to it. And,
yeah, it's got a
what do
much
you got?
longer history than
The gun runner with four
the
races, 4 years. It's
right,
not hard to be more
right,
than that, Kevin.
right.
But
Well,
yeah,
and most recently, last year, it had a really fun horse came out of this race, Coal Battle, ran in the Kentucky Derby. Didn't do much there, but prior to that, did really good in Arkansas. He won the Smarty Jones and the Rebel, and
okay.
it was a crazy pace in in the Arkansas Derby, which Sandman took full advantage of to win the Arkansas Derby. But Cole Battle, just aptly named, like he fought this wicked pace and survived it, and then just had nothing left the last couple hundred yards, and Sandman run him down. He ended up finishing third. But that fun horse. Um, Kind of came out of nowhere, but he won the Springboard Mile and then went to Arkansas, and like I said, won the Smarty Jones, one of the qualifying races, and then went on to win the Rebel and did finished third in the Arkansas Derby. So Cold Battle is a nice little horse that has some history from this race. Then another one I picked that I got to witness in the Derby is Long Range Toddy.
Long
Won
range
this
toddy.
race. Do you recognize that name?
I I don't, but it's Brad Asmussen horse.
Yeah, it was Asmussen Horse. Won this race in 2018.
I see that.
Uh,
Yeah.
Went on to also, he won the Rebel in Arkansas to get into the Derby. Um, but Long Range Toddy, if you go back and watch the 2009 Kentucky Derby, the only Derby that I was at,
Yeah, yeah.
was on the hip of Maximum Security as they're coming out of the far turn. So he's in second place, and right as they're coming out of the turn, War of Will that went on to win the Preakness a couple weeks later, Mark Cassie's horse was split in between long range Toddy making a move on maximum security when maximum security, whatever happened, blew the turn or got spooked, or we almost saw a catastrophe, but they brought maximum security down. But long range Toddy had to check pretty hard, so
He
basically
was
pulled up in the zone.
he was involved in that whole ordeal. Okay. I don't
Yeah,
really
he was. War of Will's the one that he's super athletic. Of course, if he hadn't been so athletic, I think he would have went down. But he pushed outside and pinched long range Toddy into Country House that finished second, but they brought up when they brought max security down.
all right.
So yeah, Toddy was a decent horse, but he was a part of history.
There we go.
And
I like the
came out of
name.
this race.
I like
Yeah,
the name.
yeah.
So
Um, so that's my little interesting history from horses that have come out of this race.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So fun race. Fun race.
Yeah, I agree. And I love that it's a big field with a lot of different angles.
12 horses. Mind if I go first this time?
Yeah, do you want me to
Yeah,
bring up the
pull up the
field just
horses, pull
for
up the
reference
field.
point?
Yeah. One of the things, and again, when I was looking to try to find any biases or anything on the track, it did read out that if you're in the first post, if you're in post position one, you got to get out in a hurry. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuffed back in that first turn. Um,
Okay.
and really, kind of the 7 to 10 range, even further out, it really has proven itself to be advantageous at the track. So keeping that in mind, I'm looking at things, but I just really like the number one horse, the Arctic Beast, and then but it scared me that he's on the one, but everything then that I looked and read and saw and the stuff, he'll have no problem getting out. Breaks really well. We'll get out there that first turn and won't have any problem kind of being stuck in that one hole. I don't. That's the only thing that worries me, but it really doesn't, because the history of the horse proves that the rail uh, is not going to be a problem for him. He breaks really sharply, and stretching out is a
Well,
bit of
you
a
can
question.
rest your weary heart because if I'm not mistaken, Cold Battle was left from the number one post last year. And though wasn't on the lead, he was right where he wanted to be, a couple lengths off right on the rail.
And I think that's going to be the race that Arctic Beast runs too. Gets out of there in good shape, but not necessarily will be on the lead. Doesn't need the lead. Um,
Right.
but yeah, a really really fun
I
horse.
agree.
I like Arctic Beast a lot. Um, the horse that everybody's going to like, you're going to bet on, going to take a lot of the money, is Spice Runner. You and I both, you know, were fans of the Spice Runner for a while, but he let us down last race big time. Did not look good in his last race. The race before, he didn't look that great, but he had a reason. He stumbled out of the gate. He got pushed wide. We thought, okay, he had a bad trip. He's going to come back, but I didn't see it. I didn't see him come back
I didn't
and run
see it
well.
was a disappointing performance for sure.
Very, very
Uh,
much so. Yeah, won the Iroquois.
yeah,
And since then, I don't know if he's been getting better. You looking it
yeah.
up
Well,
for
and he
me?
has
Yeah,
like
yeah.
uh,
So I think that he's going to be he is the morning line favorite. I think they're going to want him to. Yeah, see, look at the finish. The Iroquois
yeah,
took first, and then nothing after that. So
right.
so I think it's probably going to hit the
He's going to
board.
get a lot of money because he's
Yeah,
going to be the most famous horse coming
yeah.
shipping it in.
That's a great way of putting it. He's the most famous. People have heard of Spice Runner, and because he's run in some big races. But another horse I like a lot to have on the board somewhere
Mhm.
um, is that number 4. Um,
Yeah, I have the number four horse as my number two horse,
yeah,
the Royal American.
yeah. He's run a mile at Remington Park. Um,
Yep, he's
I
an Oklahoma bred,
yeah, Oklahoma
so it'd be a
bred.
fan favorite.
So I those are the three horses. You know, I'm almost feeling upset with myself for having Spice Runner in my three, just because he so let us down the last couple times. But I just think got to keep him in there to keep things honest. But I'm super excited about the one, and very excited about the four at a price to kind of help my exotics. If I can get a one
Yeah, that would
four
be
exacta, I'm be happy.
that. It would be a very nice exacta.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I have some similar thoughts. I only have one twist to what you have. I have Arctic Beast on top as well.
Yes.
I he's sitting in a really nice spot with what skill set he has and what he's shown so far against this field. And I'm not worried about the one post at all. I actually think because he's got seems like he's got solid tactical speed, it's not going to surprise me. He can do something very similar to what Cole Battle did last year and be where he wants to be and save some ground.
Perfect.
Because the
Hey,
opposite is true, like Spice Runner, if you stumble at all, you know, you
right.
better have really good tactical speed to get out of the trouble. And so far, I
No.
don't have any faith that he's going to be able to.
Yeah. Hey, click
Uh,
on Arctic Beast because the show's last couple races. He finished. He won his last two. Is that correct? Arctic Beast up at
uh,
number one. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
sorry, it took me a little longer than I intended. Arctic, and it's a Mike Maker horse.
Yeah. Three for
Um,
three.
yep. And I mean, one has made his debut at Saratoga. And his two races since at Finger Lakes, were
Mm-hmm.
non-graded stakes, but he's won all three of them.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think
and
he's a
it's
winner.
Mike Maker. Yeah, it's not some slouch trainer for sure. No, I really like him. I think I have him on top as well. I actually have Royal American as my number two horse as well. Um, and he's had a nice little start to his career too. I mean, he's been in the money 4 or 4, won his last two. Oops, sorry. His finished second in his first two races, but both made in special weights. Um, but his last two races are non-graded
Yeah. And won those.
stakes at
So
Remington Park, so we know he likes the track.
yeah.
Be interesting. I actually like a different Asmussen horse over Spice Runner. I would have Time for Music, the number two horse,
Oh.
with Asmussen's son Eric Ward, as my. I have him over Spice Runner actually. Um,
I actually have the two as my number four horse.
all right, so we're
Yeah.
very
We
close.
which
He
doesn't happen all the time with us.
No, no. But he's ran it at Ellis Park, Churchill, Keeneland, back at Churchill. Didn't do much in his first two races, but won his third try at maiden special weight, and then finished second in a allowance optional at Churchill, a few weeks ago. So I'm interested to see how that horse does too. Um, and I personally would rather be in those first four post positions, and that's where we've got our outside of Spice Runner. That's where we've got three of the top four. So and who knows, maybe Spice Runner puts it all together and you know can duplicate what he did in the Iroquois, but I'm not holding my breath.
No, I'm just hoping he takes a lot of money and raises our
Yeah,
odds. That's what I'm hoping.
absolutely. And I think Royal American will come down just because he's won all. I would assume he's gonna get the fan favorite money, you know, at
Be,
at
being a
Remington Park.
being a Oklahoma bred.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oklahoma bred, and he's done really well in all four of his races at this track, and this is their signature Derby qualifying race. I'm sure that he'll get more money than he would if this was run in Arkansas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know
But
what you mean.
still, I still think that I think it would be a nice exacta.
All right. Well, terrific. Well, this is going to be, well, this weekend between this and the gun runner. It's the last 2-year-old road to the Derby point race. Next time we see the horses after this weekend, they'll be 3-year-olds. So,
Yep. Magically turned 3 on the same day.
crazy how that happens. So,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, and we'll start again with some point races once we get into the first few days in January.
All right. Terrific. Well, I think we're going to make some money on this race. I'm excited about it, and
Yeah, it should be an entertaining race, and I love Derby race or Derby qualifying races where there are plenty of horses.
yeah,
It's more interesting.
yeah. I think on the gun runner, I'm gonna have a variety of combos, um, in my exotics. But this one, I think I'm gonna go pretty straightforward.
I agree because
With
outside of those top four, I'm not
yeah,
crazy about. I shouldn't say not crazy about, but there's nobody that um is an almost for me.
yeah, yeah. Perfect. Well, hey, let's wrap this up, and
All right,
we'll
go make some money.
go make some money. Have a good one.